Today I'll briefly discuss the troubling situation currently going on in Lynn, Massachusetts. Welcome back, everyone. I hope you guys are all nice and warm on this snowy, cold day. Just dropping a quick video to discuss a bad situation that's going on in the city of Lynn, Mass currently. I just made a video about a month ago about the city and different crews that operate there. Now, in that video, I was talking more about the overall history of the city and the different ethnic groups that have moved in there over the years. In regards to the street stuff, I was focusing more on like the late 90s, early 2000s. But unfortunately, very recently, things have gone kind of sideways in the city. A lot of people in the comments were clowning on Lynn, saying it's soft, and to a certain extent, I've always heard that from people that are from much bigger cities. I've never personally understood that because I've always viewed Lynn as a tough city, but like I said, I'm from a small city in the North Shore. Obviously, it's not the same as like Roxbury or Dorchester, for example, but it's hard to compare the two. Lynn has never been as dangerous as some of those Boston neighborhoods, but with that being said, I'm not even going to try to minimize what these kids in Lynn are going through right now. It's a very real situation for them, and it's causing a lot of stress, anxiety, and fear for a lot of Lynn residents, old and young alike. I'm sure it goes back much farther, but I don't want to speculate on the origins because I honestly don't know. But what I can make of it, things started to escalate in the city last year. It's probably been building up for much longer, and I feel like a lot of stuff in Lynn is underreported, especially outside of the city. But whatever the events that led up to it, last year on Labor Day weekend, a group of young adults were having a cookout. It was a graduation party, apparently, at least that's what the news says. There was a large crowd outside in the yard and driveway area, and while the crowd was enjoying themselves celebrating, they were attacked. 7 people were hurt, and unfortunately, 2 people ended up dying from their injuries. That was on Lincoln Street in Lynn's east side. Less than 24 hours later, and about a mile away from the previous incident, on Essex Street, a person was also targeted and died from the attack. The officials in Lynn said that they believed it was targeted and not a random act of violence. It definitely put the city on edge. Lynn has always been violent, but the levels were rising faster than usual. Naturally, a lot of residents didn't feel very safe after an incident like that happening outside in the open, and the amount of people that were hurt was especially troublesome. The Lynn police believe that a lot of the violence is attributed to different street organizations fighting with one another. The video that I made about a month ago is probably old info, but traditionally the city has been red on the west side and blue on the east side, and to a certain extent I think that's still true today. Authorities and press are saying that a lot of the stuff currently involves the Tiny Rascals, the Trinis, and the Little C's. I honestly don't know, I'm not plugged into Lynn politics like that. Things were relatively quiet for a few months in the city, and then the day after Christmas, there was another incident where 3 people were injured in a brazen attack. It took place at a Pizza Hut located in a busy strip mall right in downtown Lynn. Luckily, no one lost their life, but it shocked a lot of people. The strip mall and parking lot are extremely busy. There was people in the Pizza Hut. There was people shopping in other stores located at the plaza. People were coming in and out of a gym located there as well. It was a terrifying situation for everyone. Again, like the previous incident, less than 24 hours later, there was another police deemed retaliatory incident. This time, unfortunately, 2 young men lost their lives. A 19-year-old and a 16-year-old male both unfortunately passed away next to a Camden Street gas station. The police are saying all these attacks are targeted and not random, but that does little to ease the citizens' fears. The effect that it's having on the youth of Lynn is terrible. Statistically, it's estimated that over 80% of Lynn street organizations are made up of people under the age of 25. For many teens in the city, life is not easy. With the uptick in violence, the kids are extremely anxious. They're scared to go do normal teenage stuff and fear something bad happening. The trauma that goes along with this type of youth violence is very profound. The city of Lynn is beginning to recognize this to a certain degree and have increased staff and grief counselors at their schools. They've also put on-duty active police officers at Lynn Classical. They were very worried when students came back from the Christmas break when these incidents occurred, it was going to spill over into the school. It's really sad because that's the age group that involves a lot of this stuff right now. It's not grown-up hardened criminals, it's mostly just what I deem to be kids. I do see the city of Lynn trying to come together and fix the situation, and a lot of the city leaders do realize a lot of this stems from a lack of community and little resources for the youth of the city. Of course, you can try to arrest your way out of the problem, but if you arrest someone committing the violence, someone's going to quickly take their place. The answer lies in reaching the kids before they get involved in that lifestyle. A lot of it starts at home. Most parents have no idea until it's too late that their kids are getting involved in that life. It's just important to have a rapport with your kids and know who their friends are and what they're into. Especially now in the age of social media, you really have to stay in tune to what your kids are up to. It's a crazy time. I just felt like making a quick video about the situation going on in Lynn. Wasn't sure if people were even aware of it. I feel like a lot of people could care less about what goes on in a city like Lynn because it doesn't concern them. I just really feel bad for the young kids in the city who probably are already feeling marginalized and to a certain degree, maybe a sense of hopelessness. I remember being an adolescent and not feeling like there was a place in the world for me. This must be so magnified now, especially in Massachusetts, where we have one of the highest and fastest rising living expenses in the country. For the very small percentage of kids that can make it on their own, they'll succeed, but for the vast majority who don't have previous generations' money to build a foundation on, they'll be left behind. I can see why so many kids turn to substances in the validation of joining a street organization. Most kids want a sense of belonging, camaraderie, and respect from their peers. I really don't understand why we as a society can't just come together and make it better for a lot of these kids. Sorry if I'm coming off as being preachy in this video, but this whole situation hit me personally being a father to two young kids. Seeing normal teens saying they're scared and they don't feel safe in their own city doing normal kid stuff just bums me out. Also, hearing the father of one of the victims, the 19-year-old victim at the gas station, speak was absolutely heartbreaking. Prayers and warm wishes to his family and all the families of the victims. The mother of one of the victims from the cookout graduation party also spoke on camera. It's just so sad. It really just hit me being a parent, and the fact that people were clowning on Lynn in the comments of the video I made a little while back kind of annoyed me, because I bet most people weren't even aware of the current situation in the city. I don't think a lot of the older generation understands the pressure on this younger generation. Social media and the internet is like an experiment we're currently living in real time. I just worry a lot for these kids. Also, the amount of young people today with PTSD is astronomical. Whether it's from violence or things they witnessed or subjected to in their childhood, I honestly wish there was more services for these kids today. That's the main reason why I'm making this video. If anything, just to bring people's attention to the situation. Lynn is just a small example of what's going on all over the country. A lot of these young kids are in trouble. So just another quick video for you guys. Just the clam flats have been closed. I've had no work. I just got COVID, so my kids can't come over. So that's why I've been pumping out these videos. I'm just trying to keep myself occupied. And I thought maybe I could shed some light on the situation. I hope maybe something good will come out of it. It's not trying to be an exploitive video of the situation whatsoever. And again, prayers and warm wishes to the victims of the family, anybody affected by this, and the kids of the city of Lynn that are struggling right now. If you like this video, hit the like button, subscribe if you're not already subscribed. This is an example of why I always say make good choices, make good decisions at the end of the video. Because I'm hoping someone who is younger, maybe watching this, will learn from someone else's experience. Because your life really is made up of the choices and decisions you make. So make good choices, make good decisions. Take good care of yourselves, your family, your friends, your fellow human beings. Try to have a good day. I'll talk to you guys soon. God bless.